It started with a small lie, the kind that's meant to protect. Or at least, that's what Mary told herself. When neighbors asked, "How's your son doing?" she smiled proudly. "Oh, David. He's doing wonderful. Working abroad now, finally making something of himself." And everyone believed her. After all, Mary had always been honest, a kind, quiet woman from a small town, known for her strength and grace. But behind that polite smile, Mary's heart carried a secret she couldn't bear to share. Her son wasn't working overseas. He was in a rehab center, just 2 hours away, fighting an addiction that had nearly destroyed them both. She hadn't seen him in 6 months, not since the night he broke into her house, searching for money. That night still haunted her. The trembling in his hands, the pain in his eyes when she said, "Leave David. Please, just go." So she built a lie instead, a soft, comforting story she could tell at church, at family dinners, at the grocery store checkout line. "He's doing great," she'd say. "I'm so proud." But every night she'd sit by the kitchen window, stare at his old car in the driveway and whisper, "Where are you, my boy?" Then one morning, the phone rang. A calm voice said, "Mrs. Coleman, this is the Riverside Recovery Center. Your son would like to see you." Her hands shook so hard she nearly dropped the receiver. "He wants to see me?" "Yes, ma'am. He's ready to talk." Mary didn't think twice. She grabbed her keys, her old sweater, and drove off, heart pounding louder than the car engine. As she pulled into the center's gravel driveway, she whispered a prayer under her breath. "Please, God, let me have my son back." David looked different, thinner, tired, but his eyes, they were clear for the first time in years. He smiled faintly. "Hey, Mom." She froze, then slowly reached out and hugged him. For the first time in a long while, he didn't pull away. They sat together in silence for a moment. Then David said quietly, "I heard you've been telling people I'm working abroad." Mary's heart sank. I just didn't know what to say." "It's okay," he said, his voice soft. "I get it. You were ashamed of me." She looked down at her hands. "No, David. I was ashamed of myself. I thought I'd failed you." He reached out and held her hand. "You didn't fail me, Mom. You saved me, even when I didn't want to be saved." And for the first time, the truth felt lighter than the lie she'd carried all those months. To be continued. Mary began visiting every week. Sometimes they'd talk for hours. Sometimes they'd just sit together, letting silence do the healing. One afternoon, David handed her a letter. "For you," he said. "I wrote it my first week here." She opened it slowly. Inside, the words tore through her heart. "I thought you stopped loving me. But now I realize you were the only one who never gave up." Mary wept quietly. "Oh, David, I never stopped loving you. I just didn't know how to help anymore." From that day, she stopped lying. When people asked about her son, she told the truth. "He's in recovery," she said, "and I've never been prouder." Some people looked away, others offered kind smiles, but Mary didn't care. For the first time in years, she felt peace. Months passed. David came home, stronger, calmer, and full of hope. At church, when he walked in beside her, the whispers began, but Mary just smiled. "Everyone," she said softly, "this is my son." He's been on a long journey, and I'm so grateful he's home. No applause, no judgment, just quiet understanding, because everyone carries a story they don't tell. Moral: shame hides where truth can heal, and healing begins when we stop pretending that love is perfect. Thank you for listening to The Son Who Disappeared. Have you ever hidden a truth because you were afraid of what people might think? Share your thoughts below. Someone might need to hear your story. Subscribe for more heartfelt real-life stories about love, forgiveness, and finding strength in honesty. Until next time, remember, truth doesn't shame us, it saves us.